Hello, everyone. Just waiting for a few more people just to join. Good morning, Shabir. Thank you for joining. We'll give it a couple more minutes and just wait if there's anyone else still to join. We have got around about 150 people joining today, and I see we're currently on about 30, so we'll give it a couple more minutes before I start. Good morning, IEB. Good morning. Good afternoon to those of you who are outside of the UK as well. Okay, we'll give it one more minute and then we'll start. Okay, we've given it a couple of minutes. I see there's quite a few people online, so not to make everyone wait too long, we'll start now. Just as introductions, my name's David. I'm the membership manager for the IFA. Today I'll be going through the IFA renewals with everyone, hoping to help you with logging into your member and your firm dashboard, how to complete your IFA renewals, how to keep your CPD up to date, and how to renew and make your payments online, both for your membership and your firm. Today's session is being recorded and it will be shared with everyone along with these slides afterwards. So if you are taking notes, please don't worry if you miss where we are. It will be recorded. It will be sent to you afterwards. If anyone does have any questions or wishes to raise a hand or put anything up for discussion, please do put a note on the chat box or the Q&A, and either myself or my colleague who's currently online as well will be able to either try and answer it during today's session, or we'll come back to you shortly afterwards. So we'll start now. As I said, my name's David. I'm going to be going through the IFA renewals with you today. So the IFA renewals opened on the 7th of November. Everyone should be able to access their IFA renewals online. If you do have any questions, you can obviously call the IFA directly, and our telephone numbers are 0203 567 5899, or you can email us, and all of our details will be shared with you after this. So we'll go through the first slide. So how do I renew my membership? So renewing your membership is really simple, really straightforward, really easy. It can all be done online, and all you do is you go to the IFA website, which is www.ifa.org.uk. Once you log in, you will be asked to make sure that your personal details are up to date, your CPD is up to date. You'll be asked to complete your annual member return and pay your outstanding fees. It's that simple. There's only 4 steps to do. 2 of them you should be doing throughout the year anyway, which is your CPD and your personal details. And the other 2 will take you no more than about 5 to 10 minutes. This has to be done by the 31st of December. How do you renew your firm supervision? So if you're an IFA member in the UK in practice and you're supervised by us for compliance with the money laundering regulations, you will also need to complete your firm supervision. Again, really simple, really easy. You will log into your firm dashboard. You will ensure your firm details are up to date, and then you will complete your firm return and pay your outstanding firm fees. This can take between 35 to 45 minutes, so please do make sure you have enough time available. And we do ask you to complete this by the 31st of December. Now, before you log in and start completing your returns, your membership and your firm, what you should be thinking to yourself is, have my circumstances changed over the last 12 months? This could include, have you moved from practice into retirement? Have you moved from retirement back into full-time employment? Or are you currently struggling on a low income? So if any of these are affecting you, and we do know the economic climate is quite difficult all around the world, please do make contact with us sooner rather than later. I can't emphasize strongly how important it is that you do contact us as soon as possible. Do not wait right until the last minute, because there might not be anything we can do. However, if you are on a low income and you do contact us in November or December, we will be able to assist you a lot quicker. Our email addresses are at the bottom. And as I said, this slide will be shared with you, and all details of this can be found on our website as well. If anyone does have any questions in relation to changes in circumstances, you can ask the questions as we're going through. Quite happy to answer any questions we do have. So the first thing you will be asked to do when you need to complete your return is you will be asked to log into your dashboard. So you go to the IFA website, which is www.ifa.org.uk. You will click on the login button, which is in the top right. You will be asked to enter your ID number and your password. It's really important that you do use your ID number, not your email address. If you're supervised by us for compliance with the money laundering regulations and you have the same email address for your membership and your firm, it won't know which dashboard you're logging into. So it's important you use your ID number. That ID number is unique and no one else uses it. So that will definitely take you to the right board. You will then be redirected either to your member dashboard or your firm dashboard, depending on which one you are logging into. Now, I'm happy to take 30 seconds here, and if anyone does want to log in, they can actually log in now and we can actually go through it at the same time. So I'll just hold for maybe 15, 20 more seconds. And if anyone does want to log in, they can do. Okay, that's fantastic. So hopefully you've all logged in. If you haven't logged in, it's not a problem. You can follow this at a later date. So if you have used your membership ID number, you will see your member dashboard, which will have your membership, your personal details, contact details, and a few other bits and pieces on the left-hand side. All of that can be seen via this screenshot. If you've logged into your firm dashboard, you'll have a lot less options, and you will see firm return, payment, password, invoices, and my community. So depending on which one you've logged into will depend on which one. As I've said previously already, if you are supervised by the IFA for compliance with the money laundering regulations, you will need to log into both and complete both in order to renew your membership. So we've now logged in. We now need to work through our member return and our membership renewal in order to make sure that we renew before the end of the year. So if you've logged into your firm return, your firm renewal, you will need to complete your firm return, which will take about 30 minutes, and you'll need to ensure that you attach a copy of your PIR certificate and a copy of your firm-wide risk assessment. Once you've done that, you will then be asked to click on your annual payment and choose one of our payment options, which we'll go through in a little while. If you've logged into your membership renewal, you will be asked to confirm that your membership, your personal details, and your contact details are all up to date. It's very important you do keep these up to date. If we have incorrect information, we won't be able to contact you about new deals, new member partners, benefits, or actually contact you in relation to your renewals. You'll need to complete your member return, and you'll need to ensure that your CPD records are up to date. Once you've done all of those, you'll click on the annual payment. In relation to your CPD records, you can use the IFA CPD records button, which is on the left-hand side in your member dashboard, and you can update your CPD records. It's really important that you do keep your CPD records up to date with the IFA. The CPD records are any continuing professional development that you have undertaken in the last 12 months. This can include attending IFA VAT courses, our networking events overseas, or our online conference, which was run on the 4th of November recently. If you have attended any CPD, you can simply click on Add CPD Record. It will come up with a box on the right-hand side. You enter in the information, click Declare, click I have read accepted the IFA's privacy policies, and then click Save. This will automatically save it to your IFA member dashboard and your CPD records. The IFA does do CPD monitoring, so it is important that you keep these records. If you don't want to use the IFA CPD records, you can choose to do that, but you will need to ensure that you do keep CPD records somewhere else. As I said, being compliant with IFA CPD records with CPD is very important. The IFA does monitor its members in compliance with the IFA CPD requirements, which can be viewed on our website. We ask all members that they attend at least 20 hours verifiable CPD and at least 20 hours non-verifiable CPD. By participating today, you've already recorded 1 hour of CPD, so congratulations, that will be added to your account after today. If there's any more CPD you wish to do with the IFA, and we will talk about this in a minute, you can obviously click on these and they will be added to your account as well. If you do any CPD that is not IFA courses, what you will need to do is you will need to log in and update that as per the previous screen. Just as a little bit of a talk of the CPD that the IFA has offered this year. So I'm very proud to say that the IFA has offered 112 courses, a minimum of 112 courses this year, 80 of which are online, 2 of which are on demand courses, which can actually be viewed and accessed as and when you choose, and then 30 face-to-face courses. Those face-to-face courses have included courses in the Midlands in the UK, in London and Northern Ireland, all conferences. And we've also had courses in Pakistan and the UAE, but to name a few. And we also recently held our international conference, which I know was really good. Just as an example in relation to compliance with the IFA CPD, we've ran 26 face-to-face events this year and 31 online courses this year, all completely free of charge. That means we've offered a total of 83 hours CPD completely free of charge. So when we're asking members to complete 20 hours verifiable, we've actually given you the option to be able to do 83 just through the IFA. So do keep an eye on the IFA website, do keep an eye on our CPD events. We offer more than enough to allow you to stay compliant. We also offer the IFA Direct. So if you're looking to move into practice or you're looking to upskill some of your staff members, the IFA Direct is always there as a viable option as well. And the education team are quite happy to make contact with you or your colleagues in order to offer those courses. You'll also be pleased to know that we do still have some courses running this year. So we still have 8 courses running this year along with the IFA Directs. These include London networking courses, financial reporting quarter 4, IFRS, and a 60-minute webinar on how to promote yourself on LinkedIn, but to name a few. All of these can be viewed on the website, and so please feel free to go to the website and have a look. And we've also started promoting courses for next year as well. So you'll all be pleased to know that we've already got the IFA National Conference on the 25th of June 2024. We've got a charity tax webinar. We've got quarter 2 tax series along with 1, 3 and 4, along with financial reporting courses as well, and the charities and tax, and a lot more. As you've seen from previous slides, we're going to be offering over 100 courses next year, and we've already got nearly 10 to 15 courses promoted at the moment. We've now completed the CPD section. So before I move on to the annual payment, does anyone have any questions in relation to CPD compliance, how to be CPD compliant, or Any general thoughts on the CPD of the IFA? Any questions so far? I see someone's raised their hand, but if you just put a note in the Q&A, that'd be perfect. Okay, what I'll do is I'll move on to the annual payment section, and obviously we can come back to any questions if anyone does have anything. So the IFA, as part of your renewal, by the time you get to the payment section, you should have updated your personal details, your contact details, and ensured that your CPD records are completely up to date. Once you're comfortable and you've done all of that, you then move on to the payment section. We've obviously talked about changes in circumstances, and so if you are on a low income, it is important that you do have a look at that before you start making payments and commitments to making payment. Okay, I see I've got a couple of questions come up on CPD, so that's brilliant. So how do I record non-verifiable CPD? So when you're adding your CPD record, so you click on the add CPD, it comes up with the box, which was on one of the slides on the right hand side. It then comes up with two options, which is verifiable and non-verifiable. So all you do is you simply click non-verifiable CPD, and that will record it. I hope that helps, Richard. I'm quite happy to go through it in a bit more detail afterwards if you like. But non-verifiable CPD as well. So I can see another one, does reading the accountant journal count as verifiable? Unfortunately, it does not. So the accountant journal would count as non-verifiable CPD. Verifiable CPD is CPD that we can see that you've actually attended or you've completed. So a completion certificate or a qualification would count as verifiable. Non-verifiable is stuff like research and reading over materials. But both very good questions, and we do encourage members to do as much non-verifiable as they do verifiable. And CPD is also what you need to learn as well. So it's very important that you assess your own CPD throughout the next 12 months. That could include what areas of work you plan to move into, what areas of work you may have struggled with over the last 12 to 18 months, and also additional training that you may need. So, but no, thank you very much for those questions. We'll now move on to the methods of payment for renewal. So as I briefly covered, we've completed your member return. We've updated all of your personal details and your CPD. If you were supervised, you've completed all of your firm return. We now move on to the payments. The IFA is very pleased to offer a multitude of different payment methods. We've obviously got the backs and the online payment, which are very standard across most businesses. And we've got checks as well, and some members do still use checks. If you are based in the UK, you can set up a direct debit if you want. That direct debit can be used against all types of membership, so not just your membership, but also your firm. And we also have an auto renew. So if you wish to pay online, you can click a button which allows us to save your card details, which would be a credit card. It wouldn't be a debit card, it'd be a credit card. And what the system will do is next year it will automatically take your payment from that direct debit, from that auto renew. If it's a direct debit, it's a direct debit card, and the system will take the payment. We also do have installment options. Now we have two installment options, and you'll be pleased to know that these are very different installment options. The first installment option that we offer is one that you can do online. So you would log in exactly the same way as what you've always done. You would complete everything. And then when you go to the payment section, you would click on annual payment, and then it will talk you through, and you click on installments. And I'll go through that in another slide. The other installment option is that we have one where you can actually contact the IFA via phone call. It has to be done via the phone, and ask for us to spread the cost over a longer period. So this could be 4 months or 5 months, depending on when you contact us. So the way this works is if you was to contact us today and say, for example, your annual payment is £220, we could take 1/5 of your payment today, and then we would take the second payment on the 1st of December, the third on the 1st of January, or the 4th of January, depending on bank holidays, the fourth payment on the 1st of February, and the final payment on the 1st of March. This way you've spread it over 5 months. If you choose instead to contact us beginning of December, we could spread your £220 payment over 4 months, which would be £55 a month, or we could spread it over 3 months, depending on when you call us. So we talked previously about if you're on a low income or you're struggling financially, this installment option via phone calls is a very, very good method to help you set up your payment and spread your cost over a longer period. We have been contacting members to offer this. And so if you do get a phone call from us, please, it is us trying to contact you. It is us trying to help and support you. But obviously we need you to make contact with us as well to take options of this. If you do decide to contact us in January, absolutely fine. We can still set this up for you. But it just means that the payments will be January, February, and March. It means that we won't be able to spread it over 5 months. So the longer you leave it, the less time you have to spread the cost. Before I move on to the next section, I just want to know, is there any questions in relation to the installment options? I can see Nazim has raised their hand. But if you have a question, can you put it in the Q&A? Just give it 30 more seconds just to see if there is any Q&As coming in relation to the payment section. Oh, I can see a chat. So can I complete? So I've got one saying, can I complete my payment if I haven't done CPD? So yes, you can still complete your payment. As I've said, CPD is something that we monitor. So if you are struggling with your CPD and you don't think you've done enough, give us a call. Yeah, either myself or one of my colleagues or the compliance team are happy to have a conversation with you and figure out what CPD you've done, if you've done any, and actually what's missing, and try and think of a CPD path for you over the next 3 months so that we can be compliant. I hope that helps, Nazim. Okay. So we've gone through the installment options. We talked about the installment for members to contact us. So as I said, it's really important if you do want that extra support, that extra bit of length in making the payments, instead of it being a 3-month payment, it could be a 5-month. Do give us a call. It's very important that you do call us as soon as possible. We do have another installment which can be done online. This screenshot shows how to make that payment online. So once you're in your member dashboard or your firm dashboard, you would click on annual payment. The first screen you will see, once it redirects you, is your invoice number and your ID number, along with your payment options. So this is what I talked about previously, where you can make your full payment. You can also choose auto renew. So you can make full payment and choose auto renew. what that will do is that will save your card details. It has to be a credit card. It will save your credit card details. And then the following year, we can take that payment automatically from that credit card. You can log in at any stage if you choose to do that and change your credit card. That's absolutely fine. No one at the IFA will be able to see what credit card it has. It's in a secure portal off-site. So all it is basically that we will be able to use that card in connection with a secure portal with the bank. We won't be able to administer that or change it or anything like that at all. So it's a very, very secure portal. The other option is that you could set up an installment, which means you could click on installments. And what that will do is that will automatically split your payment in three. And it will take the first payment today. It will take the next payment on the 4th of January. And the final payment will either be on the 31st of January or the 1st of February. Further details for that will be confirmed shortly, but those are the payment dates. The benefit of doing that again means that you can spread the cost over 3 payments. You don't need to pay it all in one hit. It allows you more flexibility. You won't be charged any late fees or anything like that as well if you do set up an installment. So the IFA does charge late fees if you haven't made the payments by the 31st of January. So on the 1st of February, there will be late fees applied to anyone who has not made their annual payment. So I do strongly suggest contact us sooner rather than later. Please do not wait until the 31st of January to contact us. It's important that you do contact us as soon as possible. Once you've chosen your method of payment, you would click on the agreements, click pay now, and then it will redirect you to make that payment. So as an example here, I have split the payment into an installment option, which means it automatically allocates it as £133.67. All payments are done in sterling cash. So if you are paying overseas, please do ensure that your conversion rates are correct. Once you're happy with that, you simply click make payment. And as I said, all the slides will be shared afterwards. And this payment method is actually hyperlinked to the IFA website. So you'll be able to have a look. I see there's a Q&A, so I'll have a quick look at that before I move on to the next one. Okay, another question in relation to CPD. So can HMRC webinars count towards verifiable CPD? Yes, they can. So the IFA promotes a lot of HMRC webinars. We're quite happy to accept them as verifiable CPD. Ideally, we would like evidence that you've attended that. So a attendance certificate or a completion certificate, or even maybe a screenshot of you actually on the live webinar would be sufficient. But yes, we are quite happy to accept HMRC webinars as verifiable CPD. And once you've made the payment, that is your entire IFA renewal completed. And that is it from myself. So I'd like to thank you all for your time, and I look forward to supporting you all during the 2024. Before I do go, I will ask if there is any final questions or any Q&As from anyone before we leave. Yep. So as I said right at the start of this webinar, we will be recording this webinar. We will be sharing this along with the slides to every single person who's attended. So if you've missed anything, if I've talked too quickly, I apologize, but you will be able to receive a copy of this. Any other final questions before we finish? So can I attach email confirmations and recordings of HMRC webinars as evidence? So within the IFA CPD records facility, you cannot unfortunately attach a copy of the email confirmation. However, the membership team are quite happy to attach these confirmations to your member record. So if you do have any recordings or email confirmations to say that you've attended and you want a copy of it attached, please do send it through to us. We can attach it to your record as CPD evidence. Thank you for the question, Shabir. Okay, so I asked IFA team member, they said HMRC is not verifiable. Well, I can confirm HMRC webinars are verifiable. Obviously, we do need the evidence to show that you have attended that HMRC webinar. So again, as I've said, if it is an example of completion CPD or evidence of attending, then yes, we can accept it. Imran, kindly guide about either myself or one of my colleagues will contact you after this, Imran, because I'm not sure of that. If you can put your ID number in the chat as well, please, and then I'll get either myself or one of my colleagues to give you a call. The same with yourself, Saeed. I'm quite happy to give you an email afterwards. That's fine. Attending events like digital accountancy show acceptable. I'm assuming you're attending an event like a networking event, a digital accountancy show. So I'm assuming, yes, that would be verifiable. There would not be any issues with that at all. All you would need to do is ensure that you can show that you've actually attended that event. Thank you, Saeed. I've got that. So either myself or my colleague will contact you afterwards. Okay, and I think that's it if there's no other questions. So thank you very much, everyone, for your time. One more question come in before we go. How many hours will it have? If you can leave your ID number in the chat, good. I'm not sure of your question, but I can contact you afterwards. Okay. And if there's no other questions, thank you very much, everyone, for your time. Is there any other resources which give us verifiable webinars? So the IFA hosts a multitude of different IFA webinars, not just the IFAs, but also external bodies as well. So we work with companies like Matoli Wood. We work with our overseas agents as well, who will offer courses on behalf of other universities or other colleges. So please, I can't emphasize strongly enough that it's very important that you do check the website, you do go to the IFA websites, and you also keep aware of the emails that get sent through to you. So Hayley is currently online at the moment. She sends out regular emails in relation to events coming up and other partners that we have. All of those will offer verifiable CPD. Paula, fantastic question. Thank you very much for joining. So you became a member in August 2023. How many hours CPD do I need to do? So what I will do, Paula, is I will email you separately. But in relation to the answer for that question, so Paula, if you can leave your ID number in the chat function, I can drop you an email afterwards. But what we do is we will prorata our CPD hours for all new members. So Paula, you've joined in August, which means we would only be looking for September up through to December. So that is about 5 months. So we'd probably be looking for less than half of the 40 hours. So we'll probably be looking for about 18 hours, probably 9 verifiable, 9 unverifiable. So a lot less than the normal 40. As of next year, once you become a full member, we would then be expecting the 40 hours. But if you can leave your ID number in the chat function, I can make sure that I do make contact with you after this just for a definitive answer. And I can see a couple in the chat function just before I go. Thank you very much, Paula. Thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed today. There is a further webinar coming up in December. So if anyone does have further questions, please do give me a call. Please do let me know, or actually you can register online as well. And thank you very much.